Making preparations. There really wasn't time to wait until darkness fell in Quill. Aaron needed to get busy right away. Still, he didn't want to bring any attention to himself or to any of the homes of the others who'd recently joined the Restorers. Some of the Quillins were very nervous enough as it was, and many of them were doing this without the knowledge or support of their families. Options were limited. Aaron managed to round up everybody them into groups to be less obvious, sending am I reading that wrong? Aaron managed to round up them into groups, everybody then into groups to be less obvious, sending each group first to Gondolieri rat traps. Oh, that's why. Ha ha ha. See, that's good. Sometimes it's good to reread and realize that you're missing half the words on the page. Oops. Okay. Aaron managed to round up everybody and split them into groups to be less obvious, sending a few from each group first to Gondolieri Rat Trap's house to get supplies and weapons, then having them disperse as unobtrusively as possible to their respective meeting spots. If the Quilletary saw too many people gathering together or walking together, they'd certainly be suspicious. Aaron didn't need that. So he had no choice but to use the Haluki's home as a meeting spot, as much as he didn't want to. But there were so few residents roaming the streets in the governor's row most days that he hoped for the best. At the very worst, if he were caught outside the home, if he were caught outside the home, he'd claim to be on a delivery, and no one would likely know the difference. He, along with Eva Fathom, Liam, Healy, a woman named Dia Gloria. Bethesda Dia Gloria? Was her name Bethesda Dia Gloria? And Crawledge Prize, one by one, snuck into the back door of the Haluki house and spread out their goods, including half of the magical items that Eva Fathom had been confiscating for him for the past few weeks. Aaron agreed with Eva that it made sense to use magic if they had the ability, though he despised the creativity behind it. Still, they were powerful weapons, which had been easy enough to see when Aaron brought Alex down. Gondolieri Rattrap, who in recent days often sat at her kitchen table alone, staring at her fingers and pondering over her childhood and the magic of her youth, had the other half of the magical weapons, and Aaron discovered that she seemed to be even better than Eva at picking up on magical spells. Gondolieri's plan had been to spend some time teaching her team how to use the magical components to see if any of them were at all competent. But the older Quillins had a significant disadvantage, they'd found. Their creativity was virtually non-existent, and that translated into a big fat zero in the magical ability department. It hadn't taken long for Eva to give up entirely on anybody over the age of 25, and the more impatient Gondolieri threw the towel in on the entire lot of them and went back to her kitchen table to brood over the components, which was quite fine with Aaron. He didn't want too many people knowing how to do it anyway. Inside the Haluki house, no one had time to gawk at the size and amenities that came with the governorship, though they each noticed. Instead, they began to assess and clean their weapons and create new sharp weapons from the odds and ends of the metal pieces they'd found or stolen over the past weeks. All the while, Aaron paced and muttered to himself, trying to figure out the perfect plan. It's too soon, a voice in his head kept telling him. It's a perfect situation, but we're not ready yet. Be smart. Aaron tried to ignore it, but the more he tried, the louder it got. He began to doubt himself. Eva, he said sharply, I need a word with you. Eva Fathom narrowed her eyes at the way he ordered her around. She finished what she was doing, and then, when she was good and ready to do so, she set her weapon down and slowly walked over to Aaron. He swiped the back of his hand impatiently across his forehead, wiping the sweat from it. Eva approached, folding her arms across her chest. She'd taken a lot of orders in her life, and it bothered her that some peach-fuzzed-faced boy was trying to tell her what to do. What is it? Aaron took her by the shoulder and turned her away from the others and began walking with her. You're sure you have the guts to kill off the old guy? Just like do the heart attack magic thing and throw his body into the ocean, right? Eva stiffened. Why are you doubting me? I'm not, Aaron said in a harsh whisper. I'm doubting me. I don't think we have enough weapons or people yet to make this successful, but we're certainly messed up if the old man survives. Eva didn't much care for Aaron's continual negative remarks about Marcus's age, seeing as she was a year or two older than Marcus herself. But now was not the time to quibble. It's all part of the plan, she said. I'll take care of him. You keep saying that. You'll take care of him? Aaron averted his eyes and wondered if he could really trust her to do the dirtiest of all deeds. You mean you'll kill him, right?